Okay, so let's have a little chat about rope length, okay? So standing on the cord, when you get it, it's going to be way too long for those lucky tall people. So standing on the cord in the middle with 1 foot, so you don't lose your balance, and holding both grips up under your armpits, taking the tension up, standing up nice and straight, bottom of the grips should just be skimming or touching the bottom of your armpits, okay? This is where we're going to start, okay? So to adjust that if it's wrong, push the cord out, holding the cord firmly by itself here, grab the cord stopper and then separate and then slide your cord stopper up. I would say 20 millimeters to 25 millimeters or 1 inch and then reconnect. Okay, pop it back in, have a go. Now you don't want the cord hitting the ground and deforming every time it hits the ground. You don't want to just a nice, almost not touching, but just a skim to keep your rhythm. Okay, I'll just show you this for an example, this one here. See, it's too much. Just whacking the... Now take some off the other side. So now I'm going to have 2 tails at the bottom of the grip. Okay, so again, holding the cord by itself, separate the cord stopper, push up 1 inch or 25 millimeters, reconnect. They're quite tight when they're new, so just be aware of that. Okay, so now we've got the 2 tails, have another go. Nice to have a little bit more room. And now you want your upper part of your arm and your shoulders supported, not tight, but supported. And the lower part of your arms and your elbows, your wrists and your elbows to be relaxed. So you're flicking that rope around under your feet, okay? My understanding, you can do your own research, and I'm sure the health professionals will back it up, that when you hold your arms out like this, it creates a bigger lever. You've got more weight further away from your hinging shoulder joint, and that puts a lot more stress on the joint and the rotator cuff. So just be aware of that, you know, with your body, but listen to your body. Okay, so keep those tails out the bottom. Just keep taking it off 1 inch by 1 inch or 25 millimeters, wherever you are and whatever terms you're on. And then eventually you'll see they've got the 2 notches there. Okay, again, have another go. I roughly know where this one needs to be for me, so I'll just get them both where that is to show you the next step. Okay, pop her back in. All right, so now you've got 2 tails, about 50 millimeters of tail from the cord stopper to play with. Okay, once you get more advanced and you know where it is, just leave 1. So you got 2 inches, so 1 inch either side is quite a big difference. Okay, so again, have another go and get that cord so it's just probably a little bit long, but you don't want to go too long because once you do too short, because once you do, you're going to be skipping like a penguin. Anyway. Next step, if you want a little bit more and you don't want a big daggy tail hanging out, just tie a knot in it. Just tie a knot here, right? Anywhere, it can be tight, loose, whatever you want. Just tie a knot there. All right, you can do the same on the other side. If you're going to do the knots, good to have one on either side, obviously, so it's nice and balanced. And just try and get those same posse, okay? And then away you go. Okay, so that's pretty good for me. And just remember when you're beginning, you're going to be nice and slow. You don't want to start off like this. You need to build up your core strength before you go bouncing around on your spine here. And that's why you're going to learn all this just the slowest way you can do it to get started. Okay, so don't be limited to your rope length. You might be skipping outside on rough ground. You might have different shoes on. You might be skipping inside and want to more clearance for the ceiling. There's many variables, so let's not limit ourselves. And you also might have a partner or a mate that wants to have a go, and they are a different height. So I'll leave it with you guys, but yeah, don't limit yourselves to your rope length, and just remember you've got those options to play with before you go cutting your rope too short. All right, enjoy. We're here if you need anything, you know that.